Chasing Tales, Episode 69, Better Days.
Pariah confided in Pink, torn between her love for Jack and the fear of losing herself to the unraveling force he's becoming. Pink, still mourning Bayard, offered no illusions, only the truth. Love isn't safe, but it is honest. Their conversation ended not with resolution, but with a choice left glowing in the firelight. What will Pariah choose? Love, distance, or something in between? Meanwhile, Talon stood before Danuta, the lawgiver, in the ancient amphitheatre, where verdicts still echo in stone. With the confluence approaching, and the nine splintering, he pleaded for guidance. But Danuta offered no comfort, only the cold promise of judgment. If Pink cannot answer for the past, her name will be written in the Book of Reckoning, and read aloud when the time comes. Will Pink clash with the law, or become something the law cannot contain? As love falters and judgment looms, the question remains. What is the anomaly becoming? And who will it leave behind? Let's find out.
The backyard was nearly ready. Garlands of baby blue flowers swayed gently in the breeze. The arch had been woven with care. Guests were beginning to arrive, laughter and footsteps echoing softly from the house. Feline stood just inside the Delphine sunroom, listening to the guests outside talking, her hands clasped tightly in front of her, her breast shallow. Pink entered quietly, holding a small bundle of herbs wrapped in a blue ribbon. Feline, your dress is so beautiful. You look amazing. Are you nervous? You're not thinking of running, are you?
Yes, I'm nervous, but that's normal. And as for running, not unless I trip on my dress and fall into a portal.
Pink chuckled and crossed the room, placing the bundle on the table.
It's not the ceremony, it's everything after. What if I'm not enough? What if I mess it up?
You will, eventually. So will Aislin. That's the point.
That's comforting?
It should be. Love isn't about getting it right every time. It's about choosing each other again when you don't. Feline looked down, her fingers brushing the edge of the table. Pink handed her the bouquet. This is for steadiness.
Thank you.
You've got this, and if you don't, we've got you. Feline nodded, her eyes misty but steady now. She took a deep breath and turned toward the door.
Let's go get married.
Let's. The Delphine's garden buzzed with quiet anticipation. Guests milled about. The scent of baby blue blossoms are thick in the air. In a small side room off the garden path, Aislin stands in front of the mirror, adjusting the collar of his robe for the 5th time.
You know, if you keep fidgeting, you're gonna unravel the whole outfit, and then we're gonna have to marry you in mass and panic.
Don't tempt me. All sounds breathable. This cramps the wings a little.
He turned to face Talon, his expression shifting, still smiling, but with a flicker of nerves behind his eyes.
You sure you're up for this? Officiating, I mean.
Excuse me.
You're not exactly known for your ceremonial grace.
I'll have you know I've been practicing my solemn voice all week. It's got metaphors and everything.
God's help us.
They both laughed, but the sound faded quickly. Aislin looked down at his hands, flexing his fingers as if trying to shake something loose.
I feel different. Like something's shifted inside of me. Not bad, just big.
Your magic, maybe?
Yeah. It's like it's waiting for something. Like it knows this moment matters more than I thought it would.
It does matter. But not because of the magic, but because of you. Because you're choosing to build something instead of just surviving.
Aislin looked up, his eyes shining.
My friend, you always know what to say.
Nope. I just say things with enough confidence that people just assume they're wise.
He stepped forward and adjusted a small braid of blue fabric across his shoulder, tugging it gently under the collar.
You're ready, Aislin. You always have been ready. You just didn't know it.
Thank you for being here, for doing this.
Wouldn't miss it. Now come on, let's go make some magic.
The Delphine's backyard had never looked so alive. Baby blue flowers bloomed in every corner. They were woven into garlands, tucked behind ears, scattered like blessings across the grass. The late afternoon sun filtered through the trees, casting golden light over the small gathering. Aislin stood beneath a simple arch of woven branches and silk, his hands trembling slightly. The Delphines emerged first. Lucinda, her old bent frame lighter today with her joy. Serrana was already crying. Jack guided them gently to a seat. He went back for Feline. The music started, and they walked down the aisle. They were surrounded by friends, family, and the quiet hum of something sacred. Aislin's heart leapt when he saw her. In that moment, his adoration was perfect and satisfying. She slid beside him and clasped his hands, their hearts pounding. Talon stood before them, a little stiff in his formal coat, a scroll in one hand and a nervous smile on his face.
We're gathered here today, not to bind, but to witness. Not to command, but to celebrate. Love isn't about perfection. It's about presence. About showing up, even when it's hard. Especially when it's hard.
Pink stood to the side, hands clasped, her eyes misty. Jack and Perry sat together, close but quiet. Even Barham, unseen, watched from the edge of the trees.
Aislin and Feline, do you come of your own free will to live together as partners in healing and harmony?
We do.
As they spoke, a breeze stirred the petals at their feet. Aislin's eyes widened slightly. The air shimmered around him, soft silver threads of magic rising like mist.
You're glowing.
I feel full, like I've stepped into myself.
The magic didn't explode. It didn't roar. It simply settled, like a puzzle piece finally in place. Aislin's aura leveled, harmonized. There was no longer reaching for power. He was standing in it. Talon reached out his hand to Aislin, who pulled the braided cord from his shoulder to hand it to Talon. He motioned for them to stretch out their held hands. He wrapped the braid 9 times around their hands and wrists.
Then by the authority of the 9 and the joy of everyone here, I pronounce you bonded. You may kiss.
They did, and the crowd erupted into cheers, laughter, and joyful tears. The baby blue flowers bloomed brighter as if the world itself was celebrating. Pink stepped forward, placing a small charm in Aislin's hand, a blessing of protection, woven from her own thread of healing. Pink hugs Aislin, missing the familiar chatter of the bond between them. Quiet tears, a goodbye to what they had been. For the days ahead, may they be better. And in that moment, they were. Twilight settled gently over the Delphines' backyard, turning the baby blue flowers lavender in the fading light. Lanterns floated above the tables, glowing softly like captured stars. Music drifted through the air, something old, something joyful. Aislin and Feline moved through the crowd hand in hand, radiant and relaxed. The tension that had once clung to Aislin like a second skin was now gone. He laughed freely now, his magic humming quietly beneath his skin like a heartbeat. Talon stood near the drink table, awkwardly holding a glass of something fizzy and blue. Pink approached, brushing a flower petal from his shoulder. You clean up pretty good, kiddo.
I only tripped over my words twice. That's a personal best.
Nearby, Jack and Perry sat beneath the tree, watching the dancing. Their hands were close, but not quite touching.
They look happy.
They are, and it's real. That's the part that gets me.
Perry looked at him, her expression soft.
Maybe we'll get there, in our own way.
Aislin and Feline shared their first dance between the lanterns, the crowd parting to give them space. The music slowed and the world seemed to hush in reverence.
To Aislin and Feline, may your days be better, your nights be peaceful, and your magic always find harmony.
To Aislin and Feline! Laughter rose, glasses clinked, and for a little while the world was exactly as it should be.
Aislin and Feline have tied the knot. Jack and Perry's relationship hangs in an uneasy state. Will they recapture what they once had? But even as vows are made and lanterns glow, something stirs in the dark. A seed, a name, a memory that refuses to stay buried. Next time on Chasing Tales, Looking Back.
Hey everyone, Pink Salmon here. Welcome back to Season 9. Thanks for listening. If you'd like to share, subscribe, and leave a comment, it would be greatly appreciated. Now it's time to thank the Buttermakers. I narrate, Alamo plays Lens, Gingy voices Barum, Viper Sword plays Pedia, Christine plays Targa, Guide plays Jack and Talon, Mank Pete voices Danuta, and Prony announces. All music and sound effects are sourced from YouTube and Envato Elements, except for guns. Those come from Creeper. This is an original production, written and produced by Pink Salmon. The Gingerbread Man is story advisor. We hope you've enjoyed the story so far, and if you would like to support the project, you may donate to the link in the description. Thanks, and come back for the next episode of Chasing Tales. This is Pink, signing off. See you on the clip side.